Hello and welcome to episode 10 of Up the Park, a football podcast. Hello Sean, how are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm fantastic. What a weekend. What a weekend. Episode 10 as well.
Episode 10. 10 weeks.
10 weeks already. 10 weeks of glorious hearts.
Some glorious hearts.
All we've been asking for is for us to win ugly, and we've won ugly.
We definitely won ugly against St Mirren. Yeah, that was probably the ugliest game of the season. It was horrible. Well, no, there's probably worse games, but we weren't great on the weekend. We weren't terrible. We were sort of in the middle for. Yeah. First 45 minutes was really bad. It's a shocking game of football for the first 45 minutes.
It was.
Really.
I think St Mirren set up to cause us problems by pressing us high and not allowing us to really make ends meet off the final third product. I think St Mirren done very well at defending, but they've done very well going forward as well. I think all credit is due to them, to be honest, because I thought they deserved probably something from the game. I'm happy that Hearts won, and I'm happy that we had a clean sheet, but I think St Mirren fans will feel a bit hard done by there.
Definitely.
I thought they played really well.
They played really well in the first half. They played really well in the second half. We played a little bit better than them, but in the first half they definitely should have scored. Yeah. Craig Gordon was an absolute wall. I mean,
he was fantastic.
Every single week we talk about him, and there's absolutely no debate as to why. And we listened to the interview after the game, and a couple of the pundits on the radio saying that he's definitely the best goalkeeper in the league.
Easy. Some
of the saves he made on the weekend were exceptional. You're thinking to yourself, 10 years ago when he was 29 years old, and if he was playing in the in the SPL, Premier League teams would be looking at this and thinking, there's still 5 years left and we'll take him.
Yeah, definitely.
We're lucky he's 38. I don't think he's going to go anywhere now.
Yeah. He's fantastic.
He's phenomenal.
He's really absolutely fantastic. I'm anybody out there that has any sort of analysis or any sort of way of doing reports, please do a report on how many points he saved us, because I want to know these facts, because everybody's on Twitter saying, oh, it's amazing that we've got Craig Gordon, but everybody needs to stop saying it. But I'm telling you now, if we didn't have Craig Gordon, we wouldn't be sitting third. I think we'd be sitting sixth, maybe seventh. He's absolutely fantastic. The saves he makes are just unbelievable.
So just bringing up a quick stats on him there, actually, on the stats centre in the SPFL, he is the second top goalkeeper for appearances against saves made. So he's made 65 saves this season. The only goalkeeper above him is Liam Kelly from Motherwell, who's made 67. And then you've got Dundee, goalkeeper, who's obviously going to be facing a lot of shots, which is sitting third. So that tells you that defensively, I still think we're not all there, because we're facing so many shots against Craig Gordon. And it's not like saying, oh, well, they're shooting from outside the box. There's a lot of opportunities that they're getting inside the box. But I think this week, compared to last week when we lost the last game when we lost to Motherwell, was Craig Halkett.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was absolutely. There was a few people around us in the stadium saying, "Thank God he's back this week," because I don't think he lost an aerial duel all game. No, he made some really good, solid interceptions, and he was just there. He's a defender who doesn't move. He just sits at the back and he just cleans up. Yeah, and he was at. I mean, if you listen to the first two episodes of this podcast, I wasn't a Craig Halkett fan, but we're on the 10th one now, and I think he's up there, one of our best players. Yeah, the difference he made against Motherwell to now, us not conceding. And I mean, can you imagine how many opportunities Motherwell would have had if they were winning headers in outside our box? Yeah. He just wasn't letting it happen. No.
He was absolutely fantastic.
He's going to have brain damage at the end of his career with the amount of headers he wins. It's not just light headers as well. You hear it. It's when he goes up, comes down. It comes down from a great height. He beats the man to the header and you hear the thud and the ball will smash back up the field. It's not just like he's headering it down. He gets it clear as well. Yeah. His neck muscles are something else.
He had a great sort of whole 90 minutes. Even his distribution was a lot better on Saturday.
Yeah, his passing was really good.
It was a lot better on Saturday. And there wasn't the usual Craig Halkett mistake in the first 20 minutes either. Yeah. It was just pure class all game. All game was pure class. I think it made up for Suter being poor as well. I thought Suter wasn't very good at all game on the Saturday. I think he made a lot of mistakes. He was out of position loads, and I think if he performs like that week in week out, he's not getting a move down south.
He was really poor in the first half. I mean, I said it on last week's podcast. We discussed it for about 10-15 minutes, and I was saying that I think Craig Halkett's a better defender than John Suter.
Well, Saturday proved it.
And that game proved that in that game, John Suter was so much better than Craig Halkett. Suter's still very much a ball playing. They're two very different types of defenders, but in the SPL, you don't really need a ball playing defender.
No,
you need someone who's just going to get rid of the ball so the rest of your team can do the work. And Craig Halkett just suits this style of football a lot more. I think when John Suter does go down south, which inevitably will, if he makes mistakes like that, he will not be in the starting 11 for very long.
No.
We can't afford to drop him because he's so a level above our level. But if he's playing for, I don't know, absolutely anyone in the Championship, if he's playing for Stoke and he's making those mistakes, Stoke are a team that are going to want to push for promotion.
Yep.
If he's making those mistakes week in, week out, as in, he was really, his distribution was bad. He couldn't find a pass that was 5 yards away from him. He was out of position multiple times. He missed a few tackles, and he wasn't dominant in the air. If you're playing at centre back and you'll only be in a back two for Stoke because they play a back two, if he goes there, he'll get dropped. I wouldn't play him. Not if you play that weekend.
Nah, he was. It's very odd for John Suter to have really a bad game. You know, he's only been back this season, really.
Yeah.
But Saturday was poor, and especially up against, opposition that you should be winning against, in my opinion.
Yeah.
St Mirren is a game that we should be confident for going 4 matches or 3 matches a season, winning all 3 games. I thought he was very lacklustre. He was caught out of possession a few times, and his passing was woeful. He was saved by Halkett and Kingsley a few times.
Kingsley again.
Barry Mackay came back as well, running back.
Barry Mackay was covering.
He was really good.
It was good to see that.
He was really good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just today. Hopefully he'll be better on Thursday against Celtic.
Well, if he plays, to be honest, we'll put that out there. If we play like that, and this was a mumblings around where we were sitting as well, is that if we play like that against a team, a better side, a more competent side than St Mirren, who've had a poor season, we wouldn't have came out that first half at 0-0. It'd have been 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Craig Gordon saved us a lot, but our defence was not great.
Nah, it wasn't.
Halkett was excellent when he was good in there. Kingsley, I feel, didn't really put a foot wrong, but I felt like as soon as they seen Suter was having a bad game, they pressed him.
Yeah.
And again, it comes back to when we played Motherwell. If a team presses us in a good pressing game, because there's good and there's bad pressing, Motherwell pressed us very well. St Mirren didn't really press us. They tried to press, but they didn't press as well as Motherwell, which is why I think we got away with it. But I feel if they came out there and they pressed us like Motherwell did, we'd have been 1 or 2-0 down at half time. I don't get how we can't deal with a press.
Because our type of football relies on us being very slow with the ball and patient. Whereas if we're not given the time, we have to play faster.
Well, you
and
called
we're not
it.
used to this.
You called it multiple times this season so far. Is that Devlin and Benny are 2 very, very good players, but one of them should be dropped for Haring, because Haring will just sit there. He'll mop up. He'll find he's a much better ball player than Devlin and Benny are. So Haring will just take the ball. He'll distribute it. There was moments on the weekend where Benny and Devlin were closing down the same player on one side of the pitch, which leaves a massive gap on the other side of the pitch. Luckily, we managed to deal with it because Kingsley is obviously very experienced, so he can fill in that gap. He can see, like, you know what, we're a bit short here. I'll stay back at the moment. But if we're playing against Rangers or Celtic and you've got Jota on that side, or you've got Fukushima, whatever his name is, I can't remember his name, they're going to rip us apart.
Yeah.
Which is the worry when it comes to Thursday, is if you find Benny and Devlin closing down, like David Turnbull, for example, they're round him. If he gets a pass away, the whole other side of the pitch is open. And it's a worry. I'm
unsure. I think Benny and Devlin's game suits them being under pressure a lot. It suits Benny and Devlin's style of play if we're on the defence most of the game. doesn't suit Benny and Devlin. Devlin, if we're attacking or if we're the dominant team, because they're not attacking players. You know, Cammy Devlin had that highlight reel where he scored like 3 goals. You know, he's not an attacking player.
No, he's never
Same as
will.
Benny. Benny doesn't know what he's going to do as soon as he gets near the box. He freaks out.
He passes.
He passes.
He finds a
you
short
know.
pass.
We need somebody in there. I've always said it this season. I think this is the main point in January. It needs sorting. We need somebody that links the back 6 or the back 4 or whatever you'll call it, back 5, to the front 3.
Yeah.
We need somebody in there that can transition play from a defensive outlook to an attacking outlook.
Yeah.
You know, we shouldn't have the problem with the 5 at the back and the 2. We've got 5 at the back, 2 ball-winning midfielders, but we've also got Smith on the right wing back, who's basically another defender.
Yeah,
Or a player that comes inside and plays in
see,
midfield.
When Smith comes inside, I tend to find that if Smith comes inside and he's in central midfield, he's just doing the same job as Benny and Devlin.
Yeah.
He's just clearing
And then
up.
there's a gap.
And then we've seen that a few
And
times.
then Barry Mackay has to run back.
And then Barry Mackay's having to sit in right wing back, and you're thinking he's on the pitch. On the pitch against St Mirren. Barry Mackay, definitely experience-wise, player-wise, was our most creative player, but he was having to come back so much that when he was getting forward, he was having to run 20 or 30 yards to get into a position to create a chance when he shouldn't have to cover that 20, 30 yards.
No.
To make that chance. Mm-hmm. That part should be covered for him. He should just be up there on the right wing, collecting a pass, turning, maybe taking a player on, finding a pass.
Yeah.
He was having to do 25% more work than he should have to, because Smith kept dropping inside, which I don't get why he was dropping inside. There were so many times when Suter had the ball, Halkett would pass him, he would turn to right wing back position, and then Michael Smith was sitting in central midfield, and there was a big gap, and then Suter, the only thing he can do is turn back and either pass it to Devlin in central midfield or pass back to Halkett, and that just kills an attack.
I do think it helps. I honestly think if we had Smith at right wing back when we played Motherwell, I think it would have been a different game.
That's why he was doing it.
I
think Robbie Nielsen freaked out and thought, we're going to get overrun in midfield again, so Smith, when you get a chance, drop in, stop that happening. But St Mirren never really done that.
I think they would have, though. I
don't.
Nah, because they've got 2 midfielders, plus they've got McGrath and Ronan, who basically sit as 2 attacking midfielders. If we didn't have, we're very defensive. That's another thing I was going to say. We're very defensive in our outlook. Out of all 10 outfield players, you've got the 3 at the back who are defensive. The right wing back who's defensive. Cochrane, who's on a support role. You've got 2 midfielders that are defensive. And then you've only got 3 attackers.
Yeah.
So you've only actually got 3, maybe 4 attack-minded players actually on that pitch to get you these goals. And that's why we struggle scoring a lot of goals.
Yeah.
But I think he done the right thing on Saturday, putting Smith there. I think Smith's a better... He's better at that inside, the inverted sort of inside.
It solidifies
right
the centre of the park, so you don't get pressed too much. And when you do get pressed, you've got an extra man there to help. But St Mirren weren't pressing well.
No.
So I think that's when Robbie Nielsen or any coach should turn around and say they're trying to press, but they're not pressing great. They're leaving a lot of space in behind. That's when you need that creative player that you want to sit in that space that they're leaving open, find that guy, and then boom, you've got 3 attackers on the go. Liam Boyce will probably start getting goals. Yeah. Mackay won't have to do this extra 25% work he doesn't need to do.
The problem that I've got with it is that the worry of taking one of them players out and not having enough cover in the middle of the park. That's what I worry about. Do you stick with what you have now so you're defensively solid? To be honest, we are. We've not conceded many goals this season. I don't know how many goals we've conceded.
We've actually got it in front of us. Goals conceded. We've conceded 14 goals.
14 goals all season.
Which is joint with Rangers. When you think about that,
joint,
we're top.
Aye.
Yeah, so you've got Rangers, Dundee United, St Johnstone, and us, all on conceding 14. Yeah. The rest is all up. Celtic that's actually impressive. Celtic have only conceded 10 goals this season.
Yeah.
That's really good. But yeah, we've got Dundee United, Hearts, Rangers and St Johnstone all only conceded 14 goals this season.
And how many goals have we scored?
Well, if you think about Dundee United as well, that's really impressive considering they conceded 5 in one game.
Yeah.
How many goals have we scored? We have scored the third.
We've scored
most.
25
25
out of 14 games.
Yeah.
It's not bad. You know, it's not bad. I know 5 of them was against Dundee United, but it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not. We do need more goals. I think that's a guarantee.
I don't think there's a lot of places where these goals are coming from. I think you have to take these chances. We have to be able to take these chances.
Our finishing's not been great at all, but I think you spoke about it last week, and we spoke about it in the past. Is do you stick with the 5-2-3, or do you change it to a 5-3-2? And then you get that extra man in midfield, so Devlin and Benny can do their. We'll close this guy down. Those two sitting in front of the back 5. No one's getting through that. And then you've got your creative player to join the top 2. Maybe a Giannelli and Boyce, so Giannelli gives you width. The attacking player in midfield gives you a bit of width as well. Do you drop to that when you've got the ball?
I don't know. The level-headed person in me is saying stay at 5 at the back and stay at this formation.
If you go with the 5-3-2, your wing backs need to be your width.
Yeah.
And Michael Smith isn't going to do that. Not if he's dropping inside. You won't have to drop inside if you play the 3, but he's never been able to cross a ball.
Yeah.
Like, it's something that Smith's always been not great at. So you need 2 players who are going to ball up the wings, get crosses into the box, get assists, maybe get a couple goals, but also be able to get back and defend. That's the risk of that formation.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't even play that formation. The only 2 formations I would play with this Hearts team is a 4-2-3-1 or a 5-2-3. What we play. That's the only, or a 3-4-3, how you ever see it.
Yeah.
The only way. See, the problem is with the 4-2-3-1 is that who are you leaving out? You're leaving out Cochrane because you can't leave out Kingsley at left back. So you're leaving out Cochrane as another attacker.
As a left back, Kingsley's a better left back than Cochrane. Cochrane's a better left wing back.
Yeah.
And Kingsley can also defend and attack.
See, I don't think he is. I think Kingsley would be better than Cochrane at left wing back. But Kingsley's a better centre back.
No, I think, because we've tried it before. We tried Cochrane at centre back.
Yeah, I know. You can't.
It doesn't work.
He's
too
small.
Too short. He's no.
He done actually all right that game. To be fair to him,
he's got absolutely no. Absolutely no strength of him. Kingsley wins headers, which is really good as well. His experience.
Kingsley is a left centre back though.
Kingsley, where we play him is the only position in his career where I think he's looked the most comfortable.
That wide centre back role.
He's brilliant at it. He's absolutely brilliant at it. And to have a left centre back over 3 on the left hand side who's also left footed is so rare.
Yeah.
To have that sort of player, we're lucky to have Kingsley.
He's fantastic.
He now for this season for me, he's been up there with top players. I don't think he's put a foot wrong. I don't think he's done anything wrong. And his free kick on the weekend, couldn't get any more top corner.
I know. Oh, let's talk about the goals then. So the first goal came from Gary Mackay-Steven. Probably my biggest disappointment that's came to Hearts.
He was absolutely shocking all game.
Yeah, he was.
He scored, and that was it.
I know. I'm pretty sure that he was going to get subbed off before that.
He was.
And then the ball never went
I was looking over because I turned to you and I went, that Gino's warming up. He must be going to bring it ready to bring him on. Gino was stripped and ready to go, and then Mackay-Steven scored the goal, and then we all set back up, and I seen Gino putting his coat back on. And I was like, oh Christ, he's not coming on. To me, I get Gary Mackay-Steven still scored. I'd have still took him off. Shocking.
Well, he did like 2 minutes later.
Yeah, he gave him an extra 5 or 10 minutes and then took him off, which to me was absolutely pointless. Because Mackay-Steven is, I think he's done. He's not the player he was, and he was not great. The amount of times he lost the ball.
I think his legs can take it anymore.
No, he's not a winger.
Oh, he was such a holdout for the Gary Mackay-Steven of years ago because he was such a good player.
I've never seen such a player come from Scotland playing for Dundee United who was so tricky. He used to do skills. He used to take people on. He used to run at them. He's just not got the pace to do it anymore. And then when he does run at somebody, he looks like he's always second guessing himself, and then he just gets tackled. He lost the ball a lot on the weekend. He really did.
And I thought it was a very bold choice by Robbie Nielsen to play him.
Actually, speaking of that, the starting 11 was a bold choice.
Yeah, Andy Halliday at left wing back.
He was rubbish as well. Like, he done nothing all game.
No, to be fair, I thought he was actually no bad.
No,
defensively, very good.
For me, when he was when he had the ball, he was looking forward, but every time he tried to make a pass forward, he lost it. And that's something that Cochrane doesn't do. Cochrane is solid on the ball, good attacking, defensive when you need him, and he'll make a... If he looks forward and doesn't see a pass, he'll be like, right, at least I can keep the ball. I'll pass back to him. Halliday will look forward, say, that pass might work, and then tries it anyway.
Yeah.
But the amount of times he lost the ball was frustrating. And what really annoyed me is he kept having a laugh with Tate. I'm assuming they must have played somewhere together before, but they kept like having a laugh during the game. We were playing awful. The fans were booing the starting 11, and Andy Halliday's having a laugh with one of the other team. I'm just like, fuck you, mate. Go back to your Rangers podcast and just stop it. Just get out. Leave the club. We do not need you.
He'll be gone. He'll be gone in January, I think.
Nah, he needs to be gone. He's not good enough to play for us anymore. And then when he did play against Aberdeen,
I think he's good enough backup, to be fair to him. But Andy, you don't play for Rangers for a long time if you're shit. You know, he is a decent player.
Was.
Well,
he was a
maybe
decent player.
was a decent player. He was alright last season in the Championship.
That's his level.
Yeah. Or lower Premier League.
Yeah, it's his
Dundee
level.
or something like that. Ross County.
He can go play with Lee Griffiths and Charlie Adam.
Yeah. And then we go into the second goal. Kingsley.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. You couldn't get any more top bins.
No, you couldn't. I don't think...
They should send that to Soccer AM.
They definitely should. They
should
love it.
Aye.
I don't think, other than his second penalty where he put it over the bar, I don't think I've seen him miss a free kick. When he steps up to take one, he bloody scores it. I think in the second one, when he got his second opportunity, I reckon he was a bit excited. Too excited.
Yeah, too excited.
He was too excited. He's like, "This has gone in top corner as well." That was a bit.
He's fantastic. He's I've seen something that he's tied with the all-time free kick goal scorers for Hearts already with 5.
He's only been with us for 2 seasons.
5 goals.
I'd love to see his
Paul Hartley's got the 5.
I'd love to see his conversion rate for free kicks.
Must be good.
They're excellent. He's absolutely
fantastic.
when it sets up on that side, I'd say there's a good 95% chance he's scoring.
He's fantastic. He's a fantastic free kick.
He's great. I love him. Absolutely love him.
He should be a player that we need to get re-signed. Like,
there's a few players that we need to get tied down to contracts. It was good to hear that Craig Halkett started negotiations. I reckon we'll get him for maybe another 2 years. We tend to sign 1 or 2 year contracts now, because I think.
How old is he?
26, 27?
Is he? Is he even that old?
He's actually not. Like when we first signed him, I thought he was an experienced centre back. At the moment, he's 26, and he won't be 27 until next year.
See, I think that's a good age. I think he'll be in his prime.
Prime's between 28 and 32. So yeah. I say
keep him.
I'd say sign him on a 3-year deal.
He's only a centre. He's like a proper centre back as well. So he's not like a ball playing centre back. He'll be running a lot. You know, he sticks to his position
and if you've got a back 3, you need at least one player like that.
I think he should be signing a new contract, to be honest.
So yeah, we've got Halkett run out contract. Kingsley's run out.
I've got a list here.
You've got the list.
I've got a list here.
Go for it.
So we've got Finlay Pollock run out of contract.
He deserves.
Craig Gordon
will sign a new contract.
Andy Halliday.
Let him go.
Jamie Walker.
Let him go.
Michael Smith.
Keep him, but probably as a centre back.
Kingsley.
Keep him.
Nondouye.
Let him go.
Harden.
Keep him.
Suter.
If we can, keep him.
Halkett.
Keep him.
And then the free the free loan players.
Yeah, but 2 of the loan players, Woodburn and Cochrane, are both out of contract at their clubs at the end of the season as well. So definitely try.
And we've got Jamie Brandon, who
definitely
probably won't get another contract.
Definitely try and keep the 2. You want to keep Cochrane. He's brilliant, and you want to keep Woodburn, because I think Woodburn's got a lot to give. But I only think we discussed this. I only think Woodburn will stay if we make European football.
We've got Gary Mackay-Steven until 2023.
Oh, Jesus! We'll have to try and sell him.
We need to sign Ben Woodburn.
Yeah, I feel like Gary Mackay-Steven might be able to get him loaned out.
Apparently John Suter's been offered a very, very generous offer. That's Anne Budgie's words. Very, very generous.
I bet they've offered him about £10,000 a week.
They must have.
10 grand.
To play for Hearts.
To play for Hearts. To be fair, if you're guaranteed, like, if Stoke, they'll go, how much have Hearts offered you? And he'll turn around and say £10,000. It might
The
not be that.
the minimum Stoke will offer him is 20 grand.
20,000 will be an easy offer for a championship club.
He'll easily get 30 grand a week in the
Oh yeah,
championship.
and then he'll get bonuses, and then he'll get clean sheet bonuses, and he'll get potential promotion.
I honestly think if you care about money, you go down south. But I honestly think if you care about your footballing career, stay at Hearts. Stay in Scotland. Play European football.
To be fair, he's in the Scotland squad and he's playing in Hearts, so he doesn't need to move to get that.
You know, what's the championship actually getting you? What is it actually getting you?
Money.
That's it.
Better quality of football.
Yeah, no, but you don't play European football. You know, Hearts could be in the Conference League next year.
Yeah.
You know, Hearts could be playing European football against good teams.
I think the only... For Suter, if he's going to go down south, he's only going to have a pick. If I was him, the only teams I would pick are the ones that have got potential promotion. So I signed for them midway through. I signed for them in January, and then at the end of the season, there's always that possibility that I might be playing in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Because Premier League football for a player like John Suter is perfect.
Oh, definitely.
You might
I would never.
if you had the choice to say I'm going to play in the Premier League, or you might get in the Europa League after we've maybe got through the qualifier.
Yeah.
We might struggle.
Yeah, definitely.
But then if you turn around and say, well, there's a definite chance you're going to play in the Premier League in 2 seasons, you're going to go to the Premier League.
Yeah, definitely. But
also
if you're going to stick it out, if you're going to stick it out in the Championship, no. The Scottish Premiership isn't as bad as people say it is. I think it's a good quality league. You know, it's ranked like 12th in Europe. That's fantastic.
It can have its moments.
You know,
I
think it's very good quality.
I like watching a lot of the football, but it's I hate watching teams like Motherwell. They drive me mad. Other than the one game against Hearts where they pressed us, they've been absolutely shocking, and their football's been drivel all season. They've been shocking. And I've hated watching them.
Yeah.
And St Johnstone are the same. St Johnstone are a team that's just like, you're going to go to their stadium and they're just going to stick 10 men behind the ball, and you're going to have to try and break them down, and it's a rank game of football to watch. But other than that, Aberdeen play quite nice football.
But did you watch the Brentford Everton game at the weekend?
Yes.
That was shit. That was boring.
That, though, it's 100%. There's one person to blame for that. Rafa Benitez.
No, but
because he doesn't play exciting football.
No, but it's Premier League. You know, it's Premier League football, and you pay all these wages, and it's fucking boring.
Because you've got a manager who doesn't play exciting football.
Yeah, I know, but it's still Premier League football, isn't it? You know, it's still the Premier League.
It's always going to happen. Like, it'll happen in every single league. Rafa Benitez is the issue with that Everton team, and I would never watch that Everton team. They're dross. I mean, for example, they got beat off Brentford, who'd just been promoted. They've lost 6 in a row, I think now. Everton 5 in a row. Everton are awful to watch, but on the opposite side of that, did you watch the Leeds versus Brighton game?
Yeah,
excellent game of football.
I like Brighton.
Man United Chelsea, what a game of football that was.
We've got Ross Stewart until 2023 as well.
Yeah, he signed a couple of years when we first got him. I think he's just nice to speak to. I reckon he's a really nice guy.
Liam Boyce is 30, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have him for a few more seasons.
Right, so out of the players there, so I would keep Craig Gordon. I would sell Andy Halliday in January. I would sell Jamie Walker in January. Michael Smith, man, 33 years old.
I think he'll move on.
I love him. I think he's such a good player. I just think his position just doesn't suit him.
Yeah, his age doesn't work.
It just doesn't suit him.
But if you were to say to him, you want to sign an extra year, we'll keep you as like backup to whoever we sign, and then we can also play central defence.
What they should be doing is trying to sell. If John Suter doesn't want to sign this new contract, sell him in January.
Offer him to all the clubs
for as much money as you can get. Put Michael Smith at centre back. Play Taylor Moore at right wing back.
Yeah.
For the rest of the season, or sell Michael Smith as well, or keep him.
I think
as backup.
If Suter leaves,
sign a right wing back.
If Suter leaves, and Michael Smith does drop into that right wing back, and Moore does play right wing back, and Smith plays centre back, you still have to sign a right wing back because you need a backup.
Yeah.
And it's good to have at least one player per position.
And
Sean Rooney, I'd sign him.
Kingsley. Signing a new contract. He's only 27 as well.
Kingsley, I'd offer him 2 or 3
years. Really, sell in January.
Yeah.
No bothered.
Nah.
Peter Harden.
The thing is, if you sell Peter Harden, you've got no cover in midfield.
Well, you have.
You
You've
have
got Aaron McInnes.
One player.
How many do you need?
Aaron McInnes isn't a defensive player. If you sell Haring,
Yeah, to be
you've
fair.
got no cover for the other two. Admittedly, you'd have to speak to Haring and say, if you sign a new contract, you're not starting.
Haring,
I'd sign him. I think he's... Because he can also cover centre back. I think he's a brilliant utility
But
player.
will Haring want to sign a contract if he's not playing first team football?
See, to me...
Do you want Peter Haring to go out there and play first team football?
Yes, but my retort to that would be if I went to him and said, like, Suter's gone, right? Suter's leaving. He's gone, we've sold him. He's $2.5 million is away. We're thinking of making Michael Smith a 33-year-old ball-playing centre-back. Play Haring there. He can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Peter Haring.
I think
he's absolutely fantastic.
Peter Haring, Craig Halkett and Stephen Kingsley could be a very effective back three.
Yeah.
Or Moore if he slots in there. But Moore's a better right wing back.
Yeah, he is.
He likes to go forward too much for a centre back.
I like Taylor Moore. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, he had a moment against was Aberdeen he got sent off against? Yeah. Had a moment, but you're allowed moments.
And see Ben Woodward needs to sign with us. Like, he's absolutely
Thing
fantastic.
is, though, how much do you offer him to sign for Hearts?
Well, I'm telling you, we need to be upping these wage budgets. Like, if we get into Europe, we need to up this wage budget.
See, if you get in Europe, you can, because you can use the European money.
It's a lot of money. You know, Ben Woodburn, I'd be offering him at least 10 grand a week.
That's what he's on.
Well, he's on 15 at Liverpool.
And
So
we're paying 5 grand of that.
we're paying 5 grand of that.
So we're paying a third of his wage. I
10
reckon
grand.
you could get him to stay for about 7 to 10.
I think you get him to stay for 10.
Yeah.
And then nothing less. I think you would
No,
minimum
because you
10.
could say 7, and then in Europe, bonuses, goal assists.
But I think he'll get a better offer from Championship sides.
100%. You'll get a
I
better...
think he would only stay at Hearts if we were in Europe, or
I can guarantee
we could show
you
something.
that Aston Villa will look at him, because Steven Gerrard's a big fan of him, and he's just taken over the Premier League
He's not
team.
good enough to play Premier League football.
Steven Gerrard might take him, though.
Nah, he'll buy Ryan Kent, who's a much better option.
No, because you can get him for nothing.
Well, yeah, but, you know, it's Aston Villa.
How much are Rangers going to want for Kent? They spent 7.5 million on him.
14 million or something.
Double it, exactly. And then the wages he'll be on will probably be double it. Woodburn, you could get him for 10 grand a week. And
Is
you
Woodburn good enough to start in the Premier League?
No, but
Ryan
neither's
Kent
Ryan Kent.
is.
Ryan Kent does not get started over Leon Bailey.
Oh, well, no, to be fair. I think we need to do everything to try and sign Ben Woodburn. And Cochrane, to be fair.
Cochrane's contract runs out as well.
Cochrane would be a
He'll
good
come.
addition.
I reckon he'll come. But again,
But he wants to... I seen in an interview that he wants to try and play straight down south. He still wants to try and get into that.
see
like
that's the
the
thing.
first 11.
I think Brighton will offer him a new contract.
See, Cochrane's only 21. Ben Woodburn's 22, to be fair.
He's only 22. So if Gerrard takes him, Gerrard will get him. He'll want him because he's a big fan of him, and he always said it. Because Steven Gerrard was in charge of the unders,
Yeah.
and Ben Woodburn came through under him.
Barry Mackay's only 26. I think he's older than that.
No, yeah, he's quite young. He had a lot of issues with just not playing.
We have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players that are not out of contract next
See,
year.
that's worrying.
I
I'm
don't
all
think
for.
it is. I love it.
No, I'm all for signing short-term deals because we've been screwed over in the past by older players signing long-term contracts. But at the same time, you need to think of the players that we've got. You need to tie down Stephen Kingsley, for example, to at least 3 years.
Yeah.
You need to get him to at least 30, and then when he leaves, he can leave. Craig Halkett is 26. You need to tie him down to a 3 or 4 year contract. Craig Halkett's never going to change. He's never going to get any better, but he's never going to get any worse. He's always just going to be that solid centre back. So I'd get him on a 3 or 4 year deal. Then Woodburn, if you sign Woodburn, you need him on at least a 4 year deal. So you can turn around and say, you know what, sign a 4 year deal. 2 years down the line, if you're playing brilliantly, we'll sell you, and at least we'll make some money off you. But it's worrying how many players are out of the contract at the end of the year.
I don't know. I think it's good. I think the way they do it now is good.
No. You
I
should
don't
only
like-
have 2 or 3 players run out of a contract, not your entire first.
Why? Out of them players there, you know, how many do you actually want on a longer contract? You know, you're only really wanting Craig Gordon, Michael Smith, Kingsley, Haring, Suter, Halkett.
So half of them.
Well, 5 of them.
Aye.
You know, on the 3 of them are loan. So, you know, it's not that bad. You know, you don't want players like Andy Halliday, Jamie Walker, Nonduye, Brandon on long year contracts. You know, you don't even want Gary Mackay-Steven on a long
No, I don't.
contract, do
That
you?
one didn't.
You know.
I don't get why we signed him on such a long deal, because we signed him when he was 29.
Because
I mean,
it's the glimpses that he could probably show, you know what I mean? I still think that Gary Mackay-Steven could be a fantastic winger on his day. I think he could be one of the best wingers in the
get him on his
Scottish
day.
Premier League. I think he's got glimpses of being a world-class player. I just think he's so inconsistent.
Calm down with world class.
Well, not world-class.
I think it'd be top
Cinch
Scottish
class.
level.
Cinch
class.
class.
Yeah.
He could be cinch class.
He would Ryland class. Ryland's teeth class.
Yeah, so we need to sign. Robbie said in an interview that he was looking to get
Rid of 2 or 3.
rid of
Bring
2 or
in
3
2
or
or
bring
3?
in 2 or 3.
I think he'll do both. I think
I'd love to see us get some money for Suter.
out of the players we've got there, the guaranteed leavers. So say you lose everybody that you're going to lose. Suter's gone, Halliday's gone, Nondulia's gone. They're the 3 that will go. So,
nah, I think we'll sell Gary Mackay-Steven.
Well, we might sell him. So say we lose them 4 and he brings in 3. What positions do you bring in? Striker.
We need
A striker.
Nah.
We do need a striker.
Yeah, we do need a backup striker. I think we should buy a backup striker.
A creative midfielder.
Where's Nelly in this list? Oh, there he is.
Gino signed 3 years.
A backup striker,
A creative
a midfielder,
and a right wing back.
and a defender.
Not a right wing back.
I don't know, actually.
But if you lose Suter, then you're going to need a centre back.
Scrap the central midfielder that's creative. Get another winger. Get
a creative winger. You could get a creative winger, because then if you...
We need a winger that's first team quality to challenge Woodburn and Mackay.
Yeah, because they're going to start. Like, guarantee, if you're starting 11, if you've got everybody fit, you're starting 11 is Boyce, Mackay, Woodburn. That's your front 3.
That's what it's going to be on Thursday.
That's going to be the Thursday team. And then you could probably pick the Thursday team because of the players who rested. So Cochrane will play.
Yeah.
Gordon, I think he's going to play Smith at right wing back.
Yeah, I've got
Suter, Halkett, Kingsley, Devlin, Cammy, Mackay, Boyce, Woodburn. That's the starting 11 against Celtic. If there's any different in that team, I'll worry.
Yeah.
Especially if he fucks
No,
Halliday in there for some reason.
he wouldn't do that.
He's not got.
That's the team for Thursday. So,
yeah. Out of that team, I don't think you need to replace anyone. That starting 11 is a good starting 11. You need solid backups who can come in and cover when you don't play. I think for the right hand side with we've got Ginnelly. Ginnelly can cover Mackay. Ginnelly's a good enough player to do that. The other side we've got Woodburn and Mackay-Steven. So for me, get Mackay-Steven out.
yeah,
Bring in a player more like Mackay for the left hand side, who's pacey, tricky, but is also extremely good at finding a pass. A backup striker. So when Boyce inevitably doesn't get the 20 goals, because he won't, you need someone who can come in and just cover us for a couple of weeks, and then when we get penalties, we can bring Boyce on.
Still the hatred. 12 games, 6 goals for Liam Boyce.
Aye. 4 penalties.
In the League Cup, 5 games, 4 goals.
4 penalties this season as well.
He's a good player.
He brings something different up front, but we need something different from him as well. We need a better version of Nondulier. We need a better version of him. We need Kevin Kyle
2.0.
2.0.
Nah, I think we need somebody that can link up play with Woodburn and Ginnelly.
See, one thing I noticed on the weekend is that Boyce was getting annoyed about it as well on the pitch. Is Boyce is never going to really win you many headers, but when he does win a header, the ball was flicking straight back, and at that stage you're expecting Mackay and Mackay-Steven to come in and link onto the flicked on pass.
Yeah.
He flicked every time Boyce, 1 or 2 times he flicked it on, it just went straight to the St Mirren goalkeeper because he didn't run inside. That only changed when we brought Ginnelly on. So when Boyce was winning a header, Ginnelly was running in behind because Ginnelly's got the pace to do it. Mackay's quite a lazy winger. Like he'll not make runs to get the ball. He'll get the ball, then he'll start his run, but he'll not drop deep, which was quite surprising. He did do it on the weekend, but he doesn't normally drop deep. He just waits. He gets the ball at his feet, he turns and he faces. And that's the issue we've got with that side, is that he needs to be more creative. He's creative, he's a very good player, but you can tell he's missed a lot of football. Who? Remember that Mackay? Remember that pass he made?
Yeah.
That pass was levels above that's his level when he gets there. He's good at that. We need the same type of player for the other side.
Aye.
Joe Savage better have something up his sleeve, like.
I think he will, I think he will.
Right. Are we going to
Go
go
to-
into the ratings?
Right or wrong?
Yeah. We
What do
don't
you
have the little sound thing.
Right or wrong? Right. So let's
we
go
go.
on to the right or wrong then. Craig Gordon.
10.
9.
10.
10.
Even his
Man of the
distribution.
match.
Even his distribution
Yeah,
of
it was
passes
absolutely
weren't bad.
fantastic. He got a 7.8.
He saved us.
Yeah, he did.
He 100%.
He did.
Get him a statue, name a fucking stand after him.
I hope he stays with the club after he retires.
Imagine him being your goalkeeping coach. Make anybody good in
I
goals.
love him, eh?
Oh,
I love him.
I'm going to get a poster of him on my wall.
I love him.
Yeah.
I think he's... honestly, he must be up there with one of the best players that's ever played for Hearts.
Oh, he is. He's the best goalkeeper that's ever played for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy. But he must be up there with one of the best players.
This season alone, this start of the season up to wherever we are, he has been the best player. He has been an absolute wall in every game. Couple of times you should have said maybe should have came out and took that, but the amount 65 saves he's faced this season, and he's been absolutely fun. Some of the saves he's been making, you're like, who is this 21-year-old agile? Oh wait, no, he's 38.
I know. He's absolutely amazing. I love him.
He's excellent.
He must be the best goalkeeper in Scotland.
He is
easily.
the best goalkeeper in the league. And it was Michael Stewart, I think. I don't like Michael Stewart. But he said it as well. He's like, it's good to have the best goalkeeper in the league in your team. And you don't win anything with a bad goalkeeper.
It's true. It's true. So, right wing back.
10. Smith.
You got 6.78.
I'd probably give him a 6.5. 7. I think that rating actually 6.7.
See, this is where it goes downhill, because I don't think we were very good at the weekend.
We weren't.
So I think that Craig Gordon was our best player by miles. I don't think any of these players goes above 7.
I would say my highest rated player is going to be Barry Mackay.
No, my highest rated player is going to be Stephen
Kingsley. Yeah.
7.5, and everybody else is less than
No, Stephen Kingsley, Craig Halkett, equally as good. 7.5, 7.5. John Suter, probably 6, 6.5, because he didn't play well. But yeah, our best 3 players on the pitch were defensive.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper and 2 defenders. Because any other day, if we were playing, I reckon even if we were playing against Dundee United or playing against Motherwell again, if they had those opportunities, they just scored them.
Yeah, they would.
At least one of them. Because Jamie McGrath's shot, Craig Gordon pulled off a brilliant save, but at the end of the day, the shot was right down the middle of the goal. If you've got anybody else who's just going to pick a corner, they'll score. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe. Craig Gordon might save that too.
Yeah.
But we'll go right. So Smith,
6.5.
6.5.
He was alright, but, that's Michael Smith, isn't it?
John Suter, he got... Oh God, what did he get? 7.11.
He was the worst defender. 6.5? 6.6?
6.5, I'll give him, yeah.
Aye.
Halkett.
Halkett, 7.
7.5.
Halkett was really good.
Kingsley,
7.5.
7.5. I might actually open up an 8 for that free kick.
The free kick was fantastic. All game. To be honest, all game he was absolutely fantastic.
Go in.
I love watching Kingsley play.
Oh yeah, you can just tell he's played in better leagues.
Halliday?
4. He's awful.
See, I didn't think he was that bad.
He's done nothing.
He wasn't that bad.
He made one really good tackle, but the ball was already offside.
Yeah, to be fair.
I just don't rate him. I just don't. It's nothing to do with him personally. I just don't think he's a Premier League, an SPL top 6 level
Andy
player.
Halliday isn't a player that specialises in one position.
He's also not a left wing
He's
back.
a utility player.
Yeah, he's also not a left wing back.
He's there for backup.
He can play midfield.
Yeah.
He can do what Devlin and Cammy do, just not at that level.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, he was out. We play him at left wing back. He's out of position when he plays there. He's okay cover for Cochrane. You're just not going to get as much out of him. So I'll give him a 6. He didn't give us
6.5.
He didn't give us. Right. He didn't give us anything.
Right. Devlin and Benny.
I'd probably give them both a 6.5.
Yeah, they were all right, but
They done their usual.
Nothing special.
They covered a lot of grass. They picked up the ball in decent areas, but the amount of times that they were both trying to tackle the same player really winds me up. You're a professional footballer, if you're both doing the same job and he's over there doing that, you just stay still. You just need to cover the runner. but they were both hunting like a pack, which that only works if you're pressing as a team. They two press on their own, and then the rest of the team are sort of like, what are they doing? Because they've just left Andy Halliday wide open, or they've just left Michael Smith wide open, who's out of position anyway because he's wandered in the midfield to cover them two.
They're good. They are good. I worry.
You're going to see it on Thursday.
Yeah.
You're going to see their weakness on Thursday. If they're both hunting one player, they're just going to open up space for... David Turnbull's an excellent footballer. He's his passing ability. If he gets the ball, and they two have went and hunt down some other central midfielder, and Turnbull gets the ball in the space, the runners that that are going to make, they're going to rip us apart.
Yeah.
Against St Mirren, it's not a massive deal. St Mirren don't have the quality of Celtic or Rangers, but you will see on Thursday the Benny and Devlin weakness.
Yeah.
I love having them in there, and they're both excellent players. Me personally, if Benny went off on a stretcher, I get that he's saying he'll be fit for Thursday. Maybe he just needs that rest. Maybe just play hard to solidify the central midfield.
He was walking straight away after, so
he's still got stretchered off.
Yeah. We'll see
Could be,
happens.
and you see what happened to Neymar.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, that was horrible.
Bad,
the first time I've ever seen him go down and actually should be on the ground.
And then we've got the front three of Mackay, Boyce, and Mackay Stephen.
Mackay got a 7.56.
Mackay was actually pretty good. He was 7.5 for me.
I'd say he was the best front three.
Yeah, I don't know. Boyce had a good game.
Did have a really good
Boyce
game.
had a good game. There was just a few opportunities where he just should hit it with his left foot. He's always too busy and trying to get it on his right foot. He tries to cut it
so bad on his right foot.
But I thought he was very good on Saturday.
He doesn't have a killer instinct, does he? For a striker. You know, you get your... I'm not going to say that they're the same level of player, but you get your Lewandowski. Like, he'll take it...
I know Lewandowski's nowhere near Boyce.
No, Boyce is so much better. I mean, he's bald. Lewandowski will take it, one touch, bang.
Yeah.
Boyce is like, take it, try and get it on my right, try and get past the man, try and do a wee roll. He loves a roll. Tries to do a wee roll, then have his shot.
Yeah.
And you're just thinking, just hit it.
To be honest, Sean, there's no many players that have got a killer instinct who are strikers. There is
a lot.
Yeah, but they all play for top teams.
No.
If Boyce had a killer instinct and scored 25 goals a season, he wouldn't be playing for Hearts.
No, not just that. I mean a killer instinct as in just being able to get the shot off. Because he's really bad at getting a shot off. You get folk who get the shot off and maybe not score, but they test the goalkeeper. He needs to do that more.
Yeah, he does.
But he's not going to change now. He's 30. He's in the prime of his career.
But Hearts have this big thing about trying to pass it into the back of the net.
When was the last time Hearts had a top striker?
Lafferty?
Yeah. He had a killer.
Naismith.
Kyle Lafferty's got a killer instinct. He just likes to shoot. He scores.
Kyle Lafferty's a good striker.
He's a good striker.
He's a good striker.
He's got a level as well. Like his level's the Prem, the SPL. He's went other places in England and tried it, and he's not been very good. But he's got for the level of the SPL. Kyle Lafferty, Stephen Naismith definitely, because he was still levels above where he should.
Stephen Naismith, fantastic.
Yeah. He only came to the SPL because he was worried about his knees. He came to easier football.
Yeah.
That's what he done. Because he could have played if his knees weren't bad. He'd still be playing now. Maybe in the Championship. But right now he's a fantastic. His knees gave up. But yeah, other than them two, it's hard to find a striker. Boyce is probably the third best striker we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Because he's a striker.
Yeah, Boyce is a good player.
He's actually.
I think you've seen the difference having Boyce on.
Oh, definitely. Well, I don't know. Like we also seen the difference without him when we put 5 past. I dare get. I just.
But without him, we lost 2-0 to Motherwell.
Yeah, but without him, we scored five goals. See, that's what I mean.
It's a very open game.
It's the inconsistency, isn't it?
I think it's just the way teams set up. I think teams set up differently. We're a big club. We're a big team now. So it's St Mirren don't come to us and expect to win. They expect to get a draw. So but they played very well.
That St Mirren team went to win.
But they played very well. Motherwell, came at us like at home.
It was strange because their tactics in the first game at Tynecastle was not that.
Yeah, because they played to a draw.
They just wanted to sit back, and it was. But then St Mirren obviously seen what Motherwell done at Fir Park and went for us. We're just lucky that St Mirren aren't very good at pressing. Their team doesn't press. That was the issue with St Mirren. I was watching it. The pressing game is perfected at the moment by Klopp. So you watch anything, his whole team press.
Yeah.
The centre backs, the wing backs, they all press. You sit and watch in St Mirren, it was literally the front 3 or 4 who done the pressing. The rest just sat back. That's where the gap's open in midfield, and that's where we were making a. We got that. Mackay Steven made a run in from the gap, it's landing in the back of the net.
But is it just because we're lucky? Are we, Motherwell were very clinical. That first goal was lucky and unlucky for us. It was shit defending, and the second goal was from a free kick where one of our players got sent off. To be honest, if St Mirren were more clinical in the shots,
it would have been 2-2.
It would have been 2-2.
Or they beat us.
Or they beat us. Yeah. So, is it just the fact that Craig Gordon was on his day was fantastic?
Craig Gordon is on his day every day.
Yeah. And we got a result out of it. I think, honestly, I want somebody to do a report for this. Because I think it'll be scary. I think it'll be scary the amount of points he saved us this season. Mm-hmm. Scary.
Well,
I know that's his job and that's what he's meant to do. But
first game of the season.
Yeah.
Celtic.
Yeah. Hibs.
Saved us.
Rangers.
Yeah.
That first game against Aberdeen at home.
St Mirren the weekend.
Yeah. He's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I think our defence needs to... other than, we do face a lot of shots.
I think it's just the way we set up.
I think we face a lot of shots is because of the way Devlin and Benny play in midfield. Is that they defend in midfield, but the centre of the park. If they're both running over here at one guy, it opens up this space.
Yeah.
Here. This space opens up. Your centre back's dragged out. It creates a space in behind the centre back. That's how they get a shot away. And that's why we face so many shots. We face so many shots because we play Kami and Benny together. We sometimes lose out in midfield because we play Kami and Benny together. I love them. I think they're both top players. But they should not be playing together in midfield.
But at the same time, we've only conceded 14 goals this season.
True. But we conceded much more goals without Gordon. Your goalkeeper should not be facing... You're sitting third in the league, second in the league. Your goalkeeper should not be facing that many shots.
Especially with 5 defenders.
7 defenders.
Oh yeah, 7 defenders, yeah.
Your goalkeeper should not be facing that many shots.
Yeah.
It's the midfield that's the issue. I mean, you look at any team across the top level of football who play a back 5 in the midfield 2 or 3. They'll only ever have one player like Kami in that. You look at Chelsea, have got Kante, stuff like that. Yeah. Every single Liverpool, Fabinho, he does all the crap, but they're 2 to the rest. You've got that one player, not 2 of them, because they're designed to run about and create issues and
that's
press.
just the Robbie Nielsen way though. He's so defensive.
I think what it is Robbie Nielsen signed them both and been like, we've signed 2 absolutely brilliant players. I kind of not play these guys.
Yeah, but you can't not play them.
Exactly.
You're stuck in a hard place.
You're if you've got 2 players like that who are not as good as that, right? You can drop one. If you had one player who's like, say he's like Benny, he wins the ball, but he can't pass. You could drop him.
So
easy.
Celtic on Thursday, would you drop one of them?
No. Because they're the 2 best players.
But would you drop any of them against any team this season?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that because you've got them and because both of them are so good, you need to play them.
Yeah.
But if you've got one who's not as good as the other, you could say, you know what, right, take him out and I'll play Haran.
Yeah.
Solidifies my midfield. But because they're so good at what they do, you kind of not play.
That's the problem, isn't it?
But
so
for
you
me,
might go out in January and sign a creative midfielder.
But I do. I'm a ballsy person. I would drop one of them. I would drop one of them and play Haran. You need a player, especially against Celtic, who are going to come at us. You need a player who's not just going to charge off in the way over here to make a tackle, which is what they do. You need someone who's just going to sit there and be like, you know what, Benny, you run about, do all your tackling and win the ball. I'll just stay here and make sure that this guy doesn't make a run. Or I'll maybe just make sure Jota doesn't get in there against Cochrane by himself. And just solidify up that midfield. I would do it. But Robbie Nielsen's obviously not going to do it.
No, he's not going to. I wouldn't do it.
I'd do it.
I wouldn't change any of them.
But I can guarantee that when you watch the game on Thursday, watch them too, right?
Yeah.
And if any goal that Celtic score, see where it comes from.
Yeah.
And I bet it comes from that.
I want him to change formation when we play away. I want him to play 4 at the back,
Would you play 4 at the back against Celtic?
Aye. Yeah. And I'd play free midfielder. Like free central midfielders. I would have one of them sitting behind. I would have
Harren, Benny, Carey.
Yeah, I would have that.
Yeah.
Because Harren can drop back and make it 5.
Mm-hmm. It'll work. It would work. Huh. He's not going to do it.
No.
Robbie Nielsen, you can sit and watch her. I like Robbie Nielsen, he's a good manager. I do. But you can sit and watch him and just be like, you know what? Like, I'm watching this game. There's 90 minutes. You're going to make 2 substitutes, and 2 substitutes are going to be the same substitutes you made last week. Yeah. You're going to take Mackay-Steven off, and you're going to bring Janelli on, or you're going to do the opposite way. You're going to take Boyce off for 10 minutes at the end and give Nondouli a game because we're already winning, so you might as well let that absolute mong run about the pitch.
But you don't have to even...
Is Nondouli a Make-A-Wish kid?
Get a contract. I don't know. I just don't think... I don't think we'll play the right football for him. I think he needs to be at a team that crosses in balls a lot. And
I don't know, when we start playing long ball football when he's in the team, he does not win headers.
No.
Do you think he's good with his feet?
He's not bad.
He's alright with his feet.
He's not bad. He's quite fast, to be fair.
But when we bring him on, you just see the whole mentality of the squad change. Even Kingsley, when he was taking throw-ins, he was just aiming them at Nondouli. And Nondouli wasn't even winning them.
Yeah. It just adds something extra, doesn't it?
It gives you something different. Exactly.
He's a good player to bring on for the last 10 minutes just to like, sort of
run a bit,
run down the time, the
clock,
and be able to maybe hold up balls.
Maybe it's being the definitive word.
Don't know. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens on Thursday.
We do have on the podcast live right now an update on the Ballon d'Or.
Oh Jesus!
Who won?
Of course, it's Messi.
How did he win?
Because it's the GOAT. Best player of all time.
Past 2 seasons, best player in the world, Lewandowski.
Nah.
Aye.
Liam Boyce.
Craig Gordon? Why was Craig Gordon not up for this?
The goalkeeper's already up for it.
Nah, they get their own one, they get the golden gloves, don't they?
Oh, do they? Why is Craig Gordon up for it?
He should win it just for his saves this season. Messi's 34. He scored 40 goals in 2021, 28 for Barca, 4 for Paris Saint-Germain, he's been dog shit, and 8 for Argentina, and Argentina won the Copa America thing. That's
Messi scored 28 goals for Barcelona between January and May.
Yeah.
And he's only scored 4 for PSG since September.
Yeah. But Mr. Robert Lewandowski...
Yeah, but Lewandowski should always win it.
I can guarantee you, Bundesliga this season, he's played 13 games and scored 14 goals.
Haaland's got a better record than that.
Champions League, 5 games, 9 goals.
That's alright, that.
That's good. That's fantastic.
I'd love it if we had a player that scored 9 goals in 5 games.
I did that. That's unbelievable. He scored more goals. He always... I mean, I get the Bundesliga. That, to me, Bundesliga's better than the Liga. I prefer German football. It's just more technical. You go and watch the Spanish football's all the same. Like, you've got Real Madrid, you've got Barcelona, you've got Atletico Madrid, and then you'll get one of the other teams who plays really well one season. For example, this season, Real Sociedad are playing really well. But I don't get how Messi won it because he won a European trophy. Is that what it is?
It's Messi, that's why.
Yeah, but if you're saying that,
he's only won it because it's Messi.
Oh my God!
Lewandowski is second.
Jorginho finished third.
Jorginho's good.
What did you see him against Man United?
He scored a goal.
He fucking shit. He's awful.
No, he's not.
Somebody, I watched it was a TikTok video, right? And it was about Jorginho.
Was that a Man United fan?
No, it wasn't. It was a Liverpool fan. Which I was surprised.
Even worse.
Normally they just aim towards Man United. They worked out the stats for Jorginho playing for Italy and playing for Chelsea, and obviously Italy won the Euros, and then Chelsea won Champions League, and he was player of Europe, best player in Europe because of that. They determined that if you took him out the team and put somebody else in there, both those teams would have still won their trophies. Because Jorginho only scored.
I don't agree.
Jorginho didn't score any goals for Chelsea in the Champions League. Maybe 1 or 2 penalties, and he got 1 assist. Right? If you put Kovacic in there over Jorginho, not only will you get equally as good defensively, Kovacic will probably get you assists.
He doesn't play that role.
He's crap.
He's not.
He's so overrated. People have started comparing him to Pirlo.
No, he's not that good. He's good. He's not that good.
He's not.
He's not
That is a
that
debate
sort
for
of player.
another time. Jorginho is not a good player. He passes 3 feet.
Jorginho's a good player.
He passes 3 feet.
Jorginho is a solid player.
He can't even bring the ball down. Sancho, boom, through and goal, 1-0.
Really deserved, was it?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if goals are deserved. We can't talk about any when we just beat St Mirren 2-0.
We deserved it. We fought harder.
We deserved a draw.
We fought harder than them. That's their fault for having fucking Jamie McGrath in centre midfield.
I'll be playing up front.
Jamie McGrath had to gone back to his defence to get the ball.
Jamie McGrath was having to drop so deep to
He
get
was
a pass.
really good on Saturday as well.
I think he didn't put a foot wrong for St Mirren. And that Ronan's a really
We
good
need to
player.
sign him.
Jamie McGrath.
Yeah.
If you sell Suter, you've got the money to.
Nah, we should swap deal.
Who?
We'll give them Nondouille, Gary Mackay-Steven,
Andy
Halliday, and they give us Jamie McGrath.
They
And
give
we'll
Jamie
also
Walker.
pay them $1 million
They
as
give
well.
Jamie Walker as well.
Jamie Walker.
Yeah.
All 4 for Jamie McGrath.
Plus 500k.
Plus 1.5 million.
Yeah. And we promised to name a stand after him. The McGrath stand.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I love him. Man.
So yeah, Lionel Messi, Ballon d'Or, best player in the world for
Fantastic, isn't
7 times?
it? Fantastic.
6 times?
Did you see the Football Focus thing?
No.
The video about Hearts?
I didn't watch it. You sent me it, but I've not watched it yet.
Amazing. Oh, I love it. Big Rudy Scatchell's faces on it. I love it. I love him.
Oh yeah,
It
we've
just
got the
lights me up.
the dinner. Gary Locke's dinner is on 6th of February.
Is that when it's on?
Try and get tickets to that. If anybody else is going, it'd be really cool to meet people there. And then you've got the testimonial next year as well.
I hope.
I really hope some top players.
I hope
are out
Rudy
for that.
Scatchell goes.
If Rudy Scatchell goes, I'll break the bank to get a ticket. Definitely.
I
Hopefully,
still want to see him.
hopefully season ticket holders get like a first
Nah,
buy
you
or
won't. It'll
option.
just be
The
first.
stadium won't sell out for a testimonial.
hopefully it won't. I think it will actually. To be fair, I think Gary Locke's testimonial will sell out. Like he's some player for Hearts.
You know who I'd pick for the manager for the game? You know, obviously you picked home and away.
Jim Jeffries.
No, Paulo Sergio.
Shaba Laszlo.
Paulo Sergio.
Paulo Sergio.
Damn right.
Nah, Gary Locke. So it'll be Jim Jeffries,
Jim Jeffries will be
and
there.
then maybe Craig Levein.
Oh god. You could play a striker.
I like Craig Levein.
Craig Levein is a really nice guy.
Craig Levein gets a bad rap for what Craig Levein's done for Hearts.
Oh,
and
not
how
just-
much he cares
Not
about
just
Hearts.
that, he's done amazing things for Dundee United.
Just his stuff with Hearts. He
His
loves them.
single interview alone, ripping into the referees after that Rangers game, is perfection.
Yeah.
Well,
I love
might
his
as well have not
podcast.
turned up today.
I love his podcast. on
Sacked
that,
in the morning. It's a really good podcast.
Brilliant.
It is.
I love. I did get the hate towards him. I love him. I think he's an absolutely fantastic guy. Like
Is it? I just
he's done so much for Hearts, and I know it ended poorly, but
Twice.
there's nobody I wish that would have worked more.
No, Craig Levein
No,
deserved a good run.
Yeah,
He did.
I think he just had too much.
Yeah.
He was director of football. He was
It's
running
not
the
just
football
that.
department and being
mean,
the manager at the same
He
time.
had to show, as current manager, and because he was doing the director of football board stuff as well, he had to show the new manager around the stadium before he'd even lost his job
Yeah.
as manager. That is brutal.
It's just.
So good on him to take that as in
But
his
he
character.
cares about the club. He's the only person on BBC Sports Sound that actually backs up Hearts and Michael Smith. Michael Stewart.
the pundits-
Him and Michael Stewart are the only ones.
The pundits are so
Everybody
not just,
hates us.
Not just anti-Hearts, they're anti everything but the old firm.
I don't know. Like, I think they're just anti-Hearts.
Nah, they talk nothing nice about Hibs either. I mean, we don't like Hibs, but
Nobody likes Hibs. You know, they greet and moan. Did you see the fans at the St Johnstone game? So they greet and moan about no getting half of the stadium at Hampden, but they took 500 people to St Johnstone away. We took 3,000.
3,500
3,500.
to get beat at
They're
Fir
a
Park.
joke of a club. Joke of a club.
Tiny club.
Joke of a club.
Tiny club.
Hate them.
Right.
us?
Fixtures for
All
next
right.
week. We've
Fixtures
got
for-
fixtures for next week.
So Thursday we play Celtic. What do you think the score's going to be?
At Celtic Park. The way we've been playing,
We're getting fucked, aren't we?
we're no winning.
We're drawing 1-1.
It's live on Sky for anyone who's interested.
Celtic are going to take an early lead. We're going to defend until the 85th minute, and then John Suter's going to score.
No,
a
John
header.
Suter, Craig Halkett.
Craig
He's
Halkett's
the
gonna
last
score a
minute
header.
winner.
Or Benny's going to score his first goal.
I'm missing the game because I'm away.
I'm not.
So
I'll be sitting watching it with my vodka.
I'm probably not even gonna get to know the result until like later on at night, which is gonna be. I'll
phone you.
You're crying. We didn't win. Because I'm away to Glasgow for a concert, so I'm gone. So I'll probably not have signal. That's gonna be brutal. I'm gonna be thinking about that all night.
Put your phone on silent. I'll text you twice if we win.
Oh God.
And you got like 2 buzzes.
Okay. I've been waiting. Please text me again. What are the other games? We've got a game on tomorrow night, which is Motherwell Dundee United, which is live on Sky.
I hope for a draw for that one, because Dundee United are 2 points behind us. So
well, Dundee United don't really concede many goals, and Motherwell struggle to score them.
0-0, 1-1. I'll be happy with that.
Wednesday night, these are all 7:45 kickoffs. Aberdeen Livingston.
Shite.
Boring game of football.
Boring. Aberdeen are shit.
I think Aberdeen will win it.
Yeah, easy.
Dundee versus St Johnstone.
I think Dundee will win.
No, St Johnstone. Dundee never win. I bet they
Dundee
do. I know. They won 3-0. How?
Because Motherwell are shit.
How did they beat Motherwell 3-0?
Because Motherwell knew exactly what to do against us, but didn't know what to do against Dundee.
No, what we'll do is...
Oh, that'll be a good game. Hibs Rangers.
What we'll do is we'll press Hearts, press them into such a corner that they'll suffer and make mistakes, but as soon as Charlie Adam gets the ball, they don't know what to do.
This is brilliant. We've got football a week.
Yeah, Wednesday night, live on Sky, Hibs versus Rangers at Easterfester Road.
Oh God, Rangers are going to hammer
Rangers
them.
will win that easily.
I hope they hammer them.
And then probably a really exciting game of football will be
Will
St
they
Mirren.
win it easy?
That? Rangers versus Hibs?
Hibs beat them.
Hibs got lucky. They even got their man who scored a hat-trick for that game.
Oh, they have now.
Oh, is he back
He's
from
been
suspension?
suspended.
Alright. I think was it a
They only
double
get one
booking?
game.
Oh, was it a double booking?
No, it was a red card.
Straight red. Straight red's got you three games.
No, I think it's just one. I think you just get suspended for the next game.
So then we've got. I think Rangers will win that. They looked pretty good against Livy. I couldn't get over that when I was watching some of the Rangers game. It was on the TV. I couldn't get over the fact that 3 stands of a 4-stand stadium were filled with Rangers fans.
It's a joke.
And then the Livingston stand wasn't even full.
I know, it's a joke.
The Tony Macaroni Arena.
You see the Rangers fans greeting about the attendance for at Tynecastle.
Oh, that popped up on my Facebook. It was the official Rangers website saying Hearts have only given us 900 tickets. Firstly, they said Tynecastle's a 16,500 seater stadium. Completely fucking wrong, because it's much more than that. And then they would turn around and say, we only got 900 tickets. You do the maths. What a joke. And then I was just thinking, well, your stadium's 55,000 seats. How many tickets did you give us?
What was it, like 800
Barely
tickets?
a corner?
It's a joke, man.
It's getting petty. I honestly think that they...
Fuck them off,
No,
man.
I just think it should be a set rule that every single team needs to give 5 or 10% of their tickets to the other team. If they can't fill it, fucking tough.
We don't need them.
No, we don't need them. That's
don't
what I
need
mean.
them.
If they were turning and say you need to give 10% of your tickets away, right? That's about 900 seats.
Yeah.
They'd get their 900 seats. They'd fill it. It'd be nice. We've given them our allocation. They have filled their allocation. Livy can't fill their own stadium. They're away stand. It's a joke. Last game of Wednesday is St Mirren versus Ross County at St Mirren. I think St Mirren will win that. Although Ross County are being weird at the moment and actually playing quite well.
Draw.
Thursday, Celtic Hearts, live on Sky.
1-1. I'm telling you, we're getting a point.
I'll take a point.
I'll take a point.
Yep. 1-1 or 0-0.
Fuck the time.
Nah, they're going to score.
They're going to score. They're going to definitely score.
Next Saturday and Sunday, which is the next game.
This Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yeah, so it's the next Saturday.
No, next Saturday's next Saturday. This is this Saturday.
No.
No, yeah.
Okay.
If you agree with Sean.
4th of December games. Aberdeen St Mirren, Hibs Motherwell, Rangers Dundee, St Johnstone Ross County. For me, that's all home wins.
I don't know, Hibs Motherwell. That'll be a decent game of football. Because Motherwell are shite and Hibs are shite. So.
Decent game of football. That's going to be the poorest quality game ever.
I think Motherwell might beat them. I hope they beat them. I would love Hibs to finish in the bottom 6.
We're not playing next weekend. Yeah,
we're playing on Sunday.
Sunday, 5th of December, 12 o'clock, Dundee United versus Celtic.
Celtic will win that.
And then us against Livy at the Tony Macaroni Arena, where we will probably fill 3 of
Why
their
is that
4
not on
stands.
Sky? Why is our game not on Sky?
Because Celtic are on Sky. You could put both on. You could actually put both on, but because it's a Sunday, they'll have the Super Sunday for the Premier League.
So is it not even on BT Sport? Oh no, do BT have any Scottish
BT
games
don't
this
have
season?
Scottish football, no.
Why is that no fucking Sky Sports, man?
Because Celtic fans, they're still important.
It's a fucking joke. You're
Aye.
fucking watching that.
I'm not watching that. Sunday the 5th of December now, I'll be doing something else.
I'll be doing something else. Watching Super Sunday.
I don't know what it is, but I'll be doing something else.
Yeah.
Maybe go for a big jolly.
We'll beat Livingston. We should beat Livingston anyway.
Yeah, Livingston looked really bad against Rangers.
It's at Livingston though, that shitty pitch.
Yeah, well, it's bad. Well, you're definitely probably not going to see Michael Smith play.
No.
Older guys tend to avoid playing on these pitches.
It'll be interesting. I think we'll get a point from Thursday, and I think we'll get all 3 points against Livingston. That's my prediction anyway.
That'd be good. Yeah. So that's the next couple of games. Then when are we back? 12th of December.
12th of December.
Back at Tynecastle against Rangers. A day before my birthday. What time's kick-off?
12.
I hate an early kick-off as well.
Do you?
Yeah,
I love it.
Shocking.
I like late kickoffs. My birthday, this is Hearts Celtic on the Wednesday night, 7:45 at Tynecastle.
And this
Well
this
excited.
game here at Tynecastle is the day my birthday's the 13th of December, and we're playing Rangers on the 12th.
Easy.
And then
that.
no, the thing is, right?
What are you talking about?
See, after that, right, on the 13th, which is the Monday, and then the 14th and 15th, my girlfriend's taking me away for a couple of days. We better win that, or I'm going to be sad for 3 days.
It's easy.
She better get me a massage. She better get me smashed. She better be drunk if we lose. I swear to God.
We're going to beat them.
I'd love to nick a 1-0, like. Imagine a 1-0. They'll dominate us. They will. It's just how they play. Their possession football is really good. I'd love to nick a 1-0.
I would love it.
Live on Sky, me and you showing abuse at them.
Love it.
It'll be great.
That'd be good. Be good.
But yeah, that's this week's episode.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to episode 10.
10 weeks we've been doing this now.
Can't wait.
Episode
Can't wait to get to 100.
100?
100.
Christ. I'll be alright to get through the season without any grey hairs. I'll be happy.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed listening to episode 10 of Up the Park, a football podcast. You can find us on such good things as
Facebook, Up the Park, is a Facebook page.
Twitter at parkupthe and Gmail at upthepark1@gmail.com.
Whoever's got up, if you listen, if you've got Up the Park without the 1, I'll give you a tenner for it. I want the copyrights to get rid of that 1.
Tenner.
It winds me up.
Really?
Something rotten.
I hate the Twitter handle.
Because it's the other way.
Yeah.
But that's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose.
Thanks a lot for listening, everyone. See you
Thanks
next
very
week.
much, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.